Good morning, my sisters and brothers in Christ. I wanted to speak to you today just for a few moments about the word intentional. Intentional is a word that is of action. It is a word that causes you to pause and to do something that is meant for you to do at that very moment. And I wanted to talk about how God is intentional with his love. He's intentional with just being in our lives. He's an intentional overcomer, an intentional promise keeper. And so I wanted us to think about our lives and where we are at this very moment, and to be intentional about honoring God, being intentional about loving our neighbor, and being intentional about seeing the positiveness in this world, even when it doesn't seem so positive. That I believe that what we think is what we believe. And so I wanted you to ponder on the thought of being intentional on everything that you do that would somehow surround itself around your center, which is God. Intentionally love your loved ones even when you don't think they deserve it. Intentionally study even when you don't feel like it. Intentionally give patience even when you don't think a person has deserved it. God doesn't always call us to do the things that we want to do. He calls us for what is needed. So in everything that you do this week, at this very moment, be intentional about it in a positive way. The world is ever changing, but God never does. And one thing that we must never question is how intentional God is. And everything that he does and everything that he executes is done on a deliberate basis. To learn, to love, to grow, to discipline, for reprimand. God is an intentional, all-knowing, all-encompassing, and loving God. Until we meet again, be safe, be well, and be blessed. But most of all, be intentional.